Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you're joining me from. My name is Dr. Obi Oramba Iboweze, reaching you from Nkolo Mahadum, Wisdom University. Today's date is Nkwo Market Day in the 60th month of the Igbo lunar calendar called Onwa Ifejioko. While in the Roman Catholic calendar, today's date is July 16th, 2024. And the title of our lecture today is It is their culture, not poverty, in northern Nigeria. The reason why Nkolo Mahadum decided to choose this topic today is that many times you hear the northern leaders and others from the north saying that northern Nigeria is poor, northern Nigeria is poor. Nkolo Mahadum have decided to let you know that northern Nigeria is not poor. What is happening in northern Nigeria is their culture and not poverty. Thank you for joining me. Again, remember, in Nkolo Mahadum, we package lectures so that you will see it from Biafran and African perspectives. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our program, follow us on Facebook and Twitter and other social media platforms, because the lecture we are packaging for you are explosive lectures. So let's continue because we have a lot to cover. What do we have in northern Nigeria? We have a lot in northern Nigeria, such as large acres of land as a result of conquest of Usman Danfodia that took place between 1804 to 1808. They have large area of land in northern Nigeria. Also, they have the population. So if you have land and population, why do you think it's going to be poor? You cannot be poor when you have large land with all the deposits in that land and then the population to cultivate on that land. The next thing they have in northern Nigeria are a lot of gold. Remember the gold in Zamfara? And that gold in Zamfara is not even in the national, it's not even for everybody. It's only for Zamfara. And that gold in Zamfara is close to the gold in South Africa. So they have a lot of gold in Zamfara. Also remember the Californium which they have in Sambisa forest. Californium that 1 gram of Californium costs $27 million. They have it in Sambisa forest. Also, they have coal in Zamfara, a lot of coal in Zamfara. Other things they have are talc, the one they call talc in Niger State. They also have gemstones in Bauchi State. They also have gypsum. Gypsum, they have it in Adamawa, Bauchi, Boronu, Gombe, and Sokoto State. They have bentonite and barite in Bauchi State. They also have bismuth in Kaduna State. And they have silver. They have silver in Kano State. Others are kaolin. Kaolin, they have it in Boronu and Adamawa States. They also have limestone in Boronu and Sokoto State. They also have columbites in Kano and Bauchi states. They have the one they call flora in Bauchi, Kano, Kebbi, and Zamfara states. They have copper ore, what they used to make copper ore in Kano, Gombe, and Zamfara states. They also have glass sand in Katsina state, to mention a few. So they have a lot of mineral resources in the north. So that tells you the north is not poor. Remember, also, when the states were being created, but before we get into that, please, I want to beg you again to please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and other social media platforms. Like our programs, comment, so that we know how we are doing. So continuing, during the creation of states, the Nigerian states, the Northwest, Nkola Mahadum decided to concentrate on the Northwest. All the minerals I mentioned to you, is from the Northwest and Northeast. Nkola Mahadum did not include North Central. So the Northwest, as a region, has 7 states. They have 7 states and also 186 local government area. They have the highest local government, while the Northeast have 6 states plus FCT, which also make it 7 states, because the Federal Capital Territory is run like a state also. And they have 112 local governments. And whenever they go to share money, anything they're sharing in Nigeria, they're sharing according to the state and local governments. So they're getting all this money, both in the states and the local governments. Also, don't forget, from 1960, from independence, after the British handed over Nigeria to them, to the Fulanese. So from that independence, they have ruled Nigeria more. In fact, in all the parastatals, they are the majority in all the parastatals. They control all the government agencies and parastatals. But let me just run down some of the presidents, leaders they have produced since independence. They have ruled more. They control everything in Nigeria. And some of the leaders were Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, Murtala Mohammed, Shehu Shagari, Muhammadu Buhari twice, Sani Abacha, Babangida, Umaru Yar'Adua. And so they have produced more leaders for Nigeria. They are in control of the whole resources in Nigeria. Plus, many industries, federal industries. Most of them, majority of them, are located in the north. So the north is not poor. So anybody telling you that the north is poor is just being economic with the truth, lying to you. They're not poor. What is going on in the north is as a result of their culture. It is their culture. Their culture that encourages poor people to marry many wives and produce many children. It is their culture. And they are making use of all those children you call almajiri. Those almajiri, they are using it to their advantage. That is what they wanted, is their culture. Because it is the same almajiri, those they are saying that are poor, that they are using to rig election. Have you not seen during these several elections that we have had, how you see all those underage voters? Did they cancel the election as a result of that? The answer is no. They use them as underage voters to rig the election in the north, so that only northerners will win in the northern states. Also, those people they call Almajiri are easy recruiting ground for Boko Haram and all these Fulani herdsmen terrorists who are kidnapping, killing, maiming, taking lands all over Nigeria. So it is what their culture wanted. It is what is endemic in their culture. That is what you see in northern Nigeria. It's not that they're poor. They're not poor. The same Almajiri, the same children being encouraged in their, being produced as a result of their culture. The same children being produced as a result of their culture will also, if there's war tomorrow in Nigeria, the same people will be recruited to fight war with you. So they know what they're doing. So anytime you hear that the North is poor, the North is not poor. If they want to change it, they will change it. Remember, when the British came, they told the British, do not influence our culture. Leave it the way it is. Also, when President Goodluck Jonathan from the South was building Almajiri schools, where are those Almajiri schools today? They don't want that. And so they want the status quo to remain because that is what they want. So don't you ever believe that northern Nigeria is poor. It is not poor. It is their culture. And before we continue, we have to beg you to please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, like our program, share it, share to all your friends and well-wishers. And to those who do not have internet connection, tell them what we are talking about here. It's very important that you know that. So that anybody telling you that the North is poor, that person is being economic with the truth. So what you have to take away from today's lecture, because we told you at Nkolama Hadum, we're going to be keeping everything short, is that the northern Nigeria is not poor. They have large vast of land. They have gold. They have californium. They have coal, talc, gypsum, gemstones, bentonite and barite, bismuth, limestone, fluoropar, copper ore, glass sand, and others. So many minerals. They have more states and local governments. They have produced more leaders, more presidents and military heads of states than any other region in Nigeria. They occupy all the government agencies and parastatals. What you see going on in northern Nigeria is as a result of their culture, which they are using to their own advantage. That is what they want. Nobody can change it. They don't want changes. They want to maintain the status quo. And so, whenever you hear anybody telling you that northern Nigeria is poor, that person is just trying to put your mind somewhere else. Contrast that with a Biafran people. A Biafran child will start very early in his or her age to struggle. Very, very early in their age to struggle and suffer to make it, and nobody complains. And in Biafra land, if there's poverty in the north, then there's more poverty in Biafra land as well. So let nobody deceive you. There's no poverty in northern Nigeria. What you see going on in northern Nigeria is their culture. That's what they want. And with this, we shall be bringing today's lecture to an end. Thank you for joining us. But before we end, we have to beg you to please support the Eastern Security Network. This is the only security outfit that are stationed in the bushes to chase away the Fulani herdsmen terrorists from our farmlands, bushes, and forests, because that is where they stay to launch attacks, to kidnap our people, to kill them, to take our land, to maim them, and other vices. When we drive them away from our land, our farmers can now go into the farms to produce food for our people and for export. And with this, we shall be bringing today's lecture to an end. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook and Twitter, share our programs, like it, comment, and go back to our lectures. Go back to our previous lectures. Those are things that you have to know. You have to be seeing things through Biafran and African perspectives. And with this, we shall be bringing today's lecture to an end because we want to be keeping it short. My name is Obiora Mba Iboeze. Thank you very much for joining me today. Have a great day.